Good morning. Well, global equities bounce back and the US gets better than expected economic news, seeing Wall Street rebound from its worst drop since October. Meantime, back home, Australian scientists are steps closer to developing a coronavirus vaccine. And yesterday we saw the World Health Organization head meet with Chinese President Xi Jinping, saying that they're going to do all they can to stop the virus from spreading, including bringing international experts to China to work on a global response. Meantime, 4,500 cases are now known globally of the virus, and the death toll stands at 106 compared to yesterday's 81. Back to the better than expected economic news, we saw US manufactured durable goods rise at 2.4%, rebounding from the fall of 3.1% in the prior month. It also beat expectations of a modest 0.4% rise. Meantime, going to the closely watched proxy in the orders, which is US made capital goods orders, they actually fell 0.9%, and that was the biggest fall in 8 months. Meantime, to markets, the Aussie share market futures are suggesting a 0.6% rise or 38-point lift at the open, which should see us claw back up from yesterday's biggest loss of the year, where we saw the ASX 200 shave off 1.4% or 96 points, closing under 7,000 points for the first time in 2 weeks at 6,995. Over on Wall Street, the Dow is up 0.7%, with the broader S&P 500 up 1%, while the Nasdaq is up the most, 1.4%, with Apple shares leading the gains up 1.8% after their results smashed expectations, generating $56 billion in iPhone revenue last quarter. Meantime, Goldman Sachs is also up 1.8%, while the S&P 500, in that we have seen tech and financials rise the most, up 1%. European markets also rallied up. The stock 600 up 0.8%, UK's FTSE bettering that 0.9%, the French CAC up 1.1%, and the German DAX has followed. Meantime, gold has slipped by about $10. It's now $1,567 an ounce, easing from that 3-week peak as equities bounce back. Oil also rebounds from the coronavirus sell-off, snapping its 5-day losing streak, rising 0.8% to $53.53 a barrel, which is good news for our oil companies after they saw some heavy selling yesterday. And meantime, the Australian dollar is at 67.53 US an ounce. In terms of what to watch today, quite a few mining companies are reporting fourth quarter production, including Evolution Mining, Oz Minerals and Regis Resources, while also last night big news came out from Treasury Wines Estates, TWE, and they look like their shares should see some heavy selling at the open after the company downgraded their full year guidance, saying F20 will be lower than previously guided amid a challenging US wine market. Its interim earnings also reported last night in a surprise to the market, as their results were early. The result disappointed quite a few analysts, including Citi, who expected 13% growth in their earnings. Meanwhile, TWE reported 8% growth in EBIT. And also later today, keep an eye out for Australian inflationary data, which is tipped to remain at 1.7% on a yearly basis, but it's expected to have nudged forward 0.6%, up from 0.5%, while tomorrow keep an eye on ResMed's results. Have a great day and happy trading.